Morning, all. All right, so final second round series preview is here. It is Dallas on one side, Colorado on the other. I'm wearing Dallas not because I think Dallas is beating Colorado, but because I've reached the stage where I'm like, just as a fan, I can't wear the other team's jersey. I may have been able to do that 5 years ago, 6 years ago. I can't now. I just can't. So Dallas, coming off of last night's win over the Vegas Golden Knights, they have one day to get ready for Colorado, which might be for the best, honestly. Just keep playing. Boston saying the same thing going into tonight against Florida, and so it makes some sense to just throw them right back on the ice, and that's kind of how that works. Going back to the 80s, I remember if a team won in 7 games that they would be playing 2 days later. So for Dallas, short turnaround. They finished the season 52-21-9. I understand the regular season's ancient history at this point. Colorado finished the season 50-25-7. These teams were close, right? Dallas won the West. They got home ice advantage, which I think definitely helped them last night. I think if Game 7 had been in Las Vegas instead of Dallas, we might have had a whole other situation. But yeah, Dallas wins the series, and now they get to host Colorado. So one benefit to Dallas is they stay at home, so they don't have to worry about traveling to Colorado, but we'll see how it goes. During the regular season, and again, it is kind of ancient history, but Colorado did really well against Dallas for the most part. 6-3 win for Colorado on November 18th. A 5-4 overtime win for Colorado on January 4th. A 5-1 win for Colorado on February 27th, and then the most recent matchup was April 7th, where Dallas won 7-4. Colorado had their trouble down the stretch. They did not have very much trouble in the first round. So Colorado ends Winnipeg's postseason and also ends the coaching career of Rick Bowness. Dallas, of course, going through the Vegas Golden Knights, who I think there's 31 fan bases that are pretty happy with how last night's game went. But now Dallas, the heavy lifting is going to be in this series. And when you look at the scoring from the first round, they struggled to score against Vegas, both against Logan Thompson and then against Aiden Hill. Wyatt Johnston is the star of this team now. 4 goals, 3 assists, 7 points. Will he be the star of this series? Jason Robertson, 3 goals, 2 assists, 5 points. I think he played well in that series against Vegas. Heiskanen, a goal and 4 assists. Dodonov, 2 goals and an assist. And the thing with that is, if Dodonov had just been a little more accurate, he would have had a couple more goals in that first round. Jamie Benn, a goal and 2 assists for him. Sagan, 3 assists. I thought Ben had a really good series as well. Duchesne, a goal and an assist, 2 points. Stankoven, 2 assists, which does not tell you how well he played, and did so at both ends of the ice. And Craig Smith only played the 5 games, had 2 assists, and I thought Smith played well. Pavelski did not have a point in the first round. Of course, Pavelski is one of those players that is amongst the all-time leaders for games played by a player without having a Stanley Cup ring. So Dallas is looking to remedy that. Colorado's looking to end that dream. On the Colorado side, you've got Cale Makar, Mikko Rantanen, and Nathan MacKinnon all leading the team with 2 goals, 7 assists, 9 points. Stopping these players is very, very difficult, and Dallas is well aware. One thing with them playing each other 4 times during the regular season, there shouldn't be any big surprises. Dallas should know what to expect. Colorado should know what to expect. Lehkonen, he did really, really well against Winnipeg. 5 goals, 3 assists, 8 points. So really strong series for him. Remember, Colorado finished their series in 5. Nichushkin had 7 goals in those 5 games. Mittelstadt, a goal and 5 assists for 6 points. He's loving it in Colorado. Josh Manson, 2 goals, 3 assists. Devon Taves, a goal and 4 assists. Those are all guys who were a point per game in the first round. And then you got Cogliano with 3 assists. Just as a noteworthy note of this, Yoel Kiviranta, former Dallas Stars player, 3 games for Colorado in that first round with 1 assist. You do worry about that if you're a Dallas fan just a little bit. Just a little bit, that maybe a player who used to be a Dallas Star is going to get a point here, and so that would include Cogliano. And so there is some crossover between these two teams. We'll see how it goes. I do believe Matt Duchene played for Colorado as well. So, again, there is definitely some players on these organizations who are familiar with one another, and we'll see if that has any effect on the results. It may not, but it's still entertaining to talk about in the preview. So when we look at the numbers, it really shows that Colorado dominated their series and that Dallas won a nail-biter. Goals for and goals against for Dallas, the same. 2.29 goals for and 2.29 goals against in that 7-game series against the Vegas Golden Knights. Whereas the average for Colorado in that first round, 5.6 goals per game. They scored 5.6 goals per game against Hellebuck and the Jets, and they allowed 3 goals against per game. But keep in mind that the first game, they allowed a ton of goals, so that's going to skew that number a little bit higher than what it really probably should be. Power plays, both of these teams are going to want to stay out of the box, absolutely. So both teams had good power play numbers in that first round. Colorado, bit of an advantage, 38% to the 29% for Dallas. Penalty kills, 77% for Colorado, 75% for Dallas. Dallas is not a team that generally takes a lot of penalties. They're really going to have to stay out of the box. So that's where controlling the play is really important. If Colorado controls the play and they control the puck, Dallas is going to end up taking penalties. If Dallas can control the puck and, make sure they're controlling the game at least a bit, they should not be taking penalties. That being said, Colorado, excellent team. Colorado may very well be the next Stanley Cup champion, but Dallas has a chance. I've had an optimism around Dallas for the last couple of months. I did have my concern in that first round when Dallas was down 2-0, of course, but they won 4 out of 5, and here they are. They're against Colorado. Now, the goaltending matchup is interesting. Georgiev had a rough first game, but he recovered. And so by the end of the series, he's 4-1 with a .900 save percentage. That's pretty good considering he had a .696 save percentage in that first game. Ottinger, 4-3, his save percentage .925. His save percentage just kept getting better. And that's the thing. His save percentage kept going up. He's going to need to keep that save percentage. I mean, I don't expect a .925, but he's going to have to keep it in the .910, .915 range, I think, for Dallas to have a chance here. But again, I don't expect him to be able to make the same, to have those same numbers because Colorado has a better attack than Vegas does. Everybody focused on Vegas's, long-term injured reserve and Stones coming back, but the reality was that Vegas wasn't one of the better teams going to the playoffs. They were the number 2 wild card for a reason, and I do expect Colorado to have more of an attack than what Vegas was able to muster in that first round. Now, these teams do have a history. They have faced each other 5 times in the past. And it's interesting because Dallas in 1999 wins their first Stanley Cup. And in the conference final, they knocked out Colorado in 7 games. That series was absolutely fantastic. Everybody remembers the series in the final against Buffalo because, Hull skate in the crease. But that conference final against Colorado, that was just crazy. That one felt like the cup win because that was at the point where it felt like the team that comes out of the West was going to be better than the team coming out of the East. In 2000, in the conference final, Dallas knocks out Colorado again, then 7 games again. That was before the Devils knocked them out in 7 games. So those were great conference finals and finals those years. 2004, Colorado wins against Dallas in the first round. 2006, Colorado wins against Dallas in the first round. And while both series, the Dallas won in 99 and 2000, were in 7 games, when Colorado won in 2004 and then 2006. Remember, there wasn't a Stanley Cup playoffs in 2005 because of the lockout. Those were 5-game series. So Colorado took care of business in 5. The most recent matchup was 2020 in the second round. So these are bubble playoffs. Dallas won 4-3 over Colorado then, and nobody was picking Dallas that year either. So this feels similar, although Dallas, I think more people are picking them this year than did 4 years ago. But it definitely shows that historically, if it's a tight series, it seems to favor Dallas. If it's a series that's going to be over quickly, it favors Colorado. And it feels like that's the betting right now, is that the expectation is if Colorado wins this, it'll probably be in 5 or 6. If it goes to 7, it gives Dallas a chance. Dallas does have home ice advantage in a 7th game situation. So we'll see how it all turns out. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Who do you think's going to be one to keep an eye on for each team? Who do you think's going to win? Let me know your thoughts. Hit like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. But this should be a lot of fun. And again, I have zero expectation of what any team that I cheer for is going to do in the second round. I'm very proud that they got to the second round. So That being said, I'll be even prouder if somebody I root for wins the Stanley Cup. That'd be nice. Be kind of a nice thing. Be kind of fun. Be kind of a fun video to make if a team that I cheered for won the Stanley Cup. I don't anticipate that happening, but hey, here's to hoping that I'm wrong. Thank you guys so much for all your support as always. I will talk to you again soon.